with a statement. Guys, I've been coaching 38 years, and that's probably the second best comeback I've ever been a part of. We were down 23 one time to SIU at Missouri State in the first half of the Valley Tournament semifinals, if I remember right. And that would be the best comeback I've ever been a part of coaching, but that's without question the second best comeback I've ever been a part of. And I think I can easily say this, it's probably one of the grittiest defensive comebacks that I've seen a group of young men make and just refuse to quit. Everybody in tonight's ball game contributed. Our bench was absolutely outstanding, and they just would not let us get beat. I'm going to talk about 4 players, and I know I just said everybody contributed, but I want to talk about 4 players. Aaron Cook just became a vocal leader tonight and took over the role of being a captain like a point guard does. 2 words for Sean Lloyd: welcome back. Eric McGill had 5 assists and no turnovers and was as aggressive as I've seen him offensively in a long time, and that's a guy that went 0 for 3 from the threes, and I kept telling him every time out, keep shooting it, keep shooting it. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but that freshman's going to be pretty good. He's a pretty good player. And those 4 guys tonight were outstanding. Now, you just think what I just talked about. I didn't talk about Kavion, I didn't talk about Teague, and I didn't talk about Armand. And that's pretty impressive tonight. I'll let you guys ask questions.
How did you finally convince them that if they play as hard as they can on defense, that things will start working out for them on offense in the second half?
Todd, I can't. I'm just telling you. There was nothing said at halftime that was. Newt Rockney didn't come in there at halftime. We didn't have a Newt Rockney speech. We didn't do any of that. Right before we got on the floor, Coach Bean really got after him a little bit, and I thought that was really good. The one thing we didn't do, and I told you guys, I've made a conscientious effort. We didn't panic. We didn't yell and scream in the locker room. We didn't do any of that. We just didn't do any of it. And these guys can be challenged because I saw it at Northern Iowa, because I really went after them in the locker room in Northern Iowa. And when I say went after them, guys, let's get one thing straight. I'm not talking about personal or none of that. I'm talking about motivating them and getting after them and challenging them to do their best. So I don't want anybody to ever to dictate that in the wrong way, because I'm not that guy. But tonight we just challenged them to fight and to compete. And I went in at halftime and I didn't want to jump them, but I asked my staff, do you think we need to jump these guys to jumpstart them? And they all said, no, Coach, we have 0 confidence. We have nothing. And we can't beat these guys up anymore. And that's the truth, guys. That's the truth. That first half they scored 17 points off turnovers in the first half. They scored 2 off turnovers in the second half. That's a huge difference. And we out-rebounded them. We outshot them. And you'd have thought the way the game started, there was no way in the world it was going to start. And to be quite frank, I thought the most impressive series of the whole deal was we didn't panic in the first media timeout. We only beat them 4 in the first timeout. I mean, it's still a 12-point game. I mean, it's still 12 points with 16 minutes to go. You're sitting there thinking, God, we still got a long way to go. But you know what? And we missed layup after layup after layup. And thanks, Coach. Have him come in here. And that was huge. I mean, that was huge. It was just huge.